everyone, and welcome back to Matcha Know. I'm Megami, and I'm here with Toru again today. Great to see you, Toru.
Great to see you too, Megami. I'm excited about today's episode. Lots to share.
I heard you've started something pretty exciting with our previous guest, Sasaki-san. What's going on?
Yes, after our last conversation, Sasaki-san and I began a new joint project between his team and Hamasayan. We are reclaiming abandoned farmland in Shizuoka, Japan, fields that haven't been cultivated for years, and planting new tea seedling, especially for matcha production.
Wow, you're literally planting the future of the tea.
That's the idea, but there's a deeper reason behind it. The global demand for Japanese tea, especially matcha, has surged dramatically. This year, the market price for matcha has nearly tripled, and the demand is growing even faster. But on the other hand, domestic tea production is shrinking.
Why is that? If demand is booming, shouldn't production keep up?
You'd think so, but the reality is more complicated. Japan's tea industry is aging, many farmers are retiring, and there are fewer younger people taking over. Combine that with a rapid increase in abandoned farmland, and it's clear that we are facing a structural crisis.
So, what you're doing isn't just a business move, it's a social mission too.
Exactly. As a younger generation in this industry, I believe it's our responsibility to step in, not just to maintain the supply chain, but to revitalize it. That's why we are focusing on restoring these abandoned lands and then turning them into productive, sustainable tea farms again.
That's incredible. But what makes that even more interesting is the model you're building with overseas partners, right?
Yes, we are creating an international ownership model. Overseas clients can essentially lease a tea field. About 1 hectare requires an initial investment of around 10 million Japanese yen. From that fifth year after planting, we expect to produce about 2 metric tons of first flush matcha per year. And then all the tea harvested from that field will be sent directly to the owner.
So they're not just buying the tea, they're part of the production itself.
Exactly. And the owners would cover the ongoing costs of cultivation, management, and processing. But the value goes beyond the product. They get to understand how tea is made, follow the seasonal cycles, and engage in the story of Japanese agriculture.
And I imagine they'll also bring in fresh perspective, right?
Yes, we believe that giving international stakeholders a role in tea production can lead to innovation, new approaches to processing, farm management, and even sustainability. It's not just Japan teaching the world about tea, it's a dialogue.
I love that. So this starts in Shizuoka, Japan, but where does it go from there?
If we can make this model work in Shizuoka, we hope to replicate it in other parts of Japan facing the same issue: abandoned land, aging farmers, no successors. And ideally, not just in tea. If this brings energy and investment to other regional industries, it could be a ripple effect of revitalization.
So this small tea leaf is sparking something much bigger.
That's the vision. And there is another layer too. When international owners learn about Japanese agriculture firsthand, some may even want to start tea production in their own countries. Then Japanese farmers and manufacturers could visit those sites and share knowledge to help improve productivity.
So Japanese tea makers could be contributing to the global agriculture.
Exactly. When I zoom out and then look at the big picture, this is what I see as an ideal form of agriculture. Young people taking action to solve local problems, bringing in to international partners, and then co-creating sustainable food systems and connect Japan to the world.
That's a beautiful vision, Toru. I'd love to hear more about how this ownership model works in practice and what kinds of responses you've gotten from overseas.
There's definitely more to talk about. Maybe we can dive into those details in the next episode.
Yes, let's continue this conversation next time. Thank you so much for sharing today, and thank you all for tuning into Matcha Know. Stay tuned for part 2. Hope you're enjoying the Matcha Know. Up next, we've got something special for you, a music tune called Matcha. an original track from the debut album of dynamic duo Mosaic. Seiya Matsushita and Megami blend jazz with the essence of Japanese tradition, using the power of music to spread a message of environmental harmony and social awareness, reflecting the deep respect for balance and mindfulness that is central to Japanese culture, often embodied in the spirit of wa, or harmony. Now sit back, relax, and let yourself be carried away by the soothing sound of matcha. Enjoy.
青い空と光に包まれ君は笑う初めて見た日も美味しそうに抹茶アイス食べてたね
そよ風遊ぶ茶畑丘を君はかける春風にスカートなびかせながらひらり振り向いた
緑輝く淡い恋の歌優しさと
落ち着きが自然の恵み差し込む夕日ぬくもり感じ二人歌うこれから始まる甘美なストーリー今心弾ませ
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Matcha Know. We hope today's episode gave you another perspective on the world of Japanese tea and sustainability. Whether you're sipping your matcha or exploring new ways to make a positive impact, we're grateful to have you on this journey with us. Don't forget, we'll be back with more insights and discussions a couple times a month. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, enjoy your tea and take care.